Hello, hello. Welcome to another year's Futures trading stream. Today is Monday, December 15th. It is 2:07 p.m. Eastern Time in the US. Um, the main theme for me, at least, now that we are starting or starting a rollover, or starting this period in which one contract starts to dominate while the other one is still active. Traders, you will see a set of traders dealing with one contract and other ones dealing with another ones. But the most important part or question that I need to ask myself is it is worth? Is it worth, right? Is it worth to do anything here in this kind of environment? And it took me long time. It took me good amount of resources, good amount of financial and mental capital to realize something or to answer that simple question. It is just not worth. The one time, the two times, the three times that I'm going to get it right, there are going to be several times for that I am not. It took me time to realize why. Why? Because what used to work doesn't work anymore. And I didn't know why was that happening. And at the end, the answer, oh no, you just stumbled, I just stumbled into something. And it was, during this period of the year, of during this period of each quarter, is that we will have, well, the market will start to adjust inventories, but it's not a price discovery. It's not an action, but it's most likely, dominated by dealers, um, market makers that are going to be doing adjustments to positions or repositioning, facing the next contract that's coming to play. And that period of time is 5 days, 4 or 5 days. That comes, in the last week of the rollover, or the last week in which the current contract is going to expire. In this case, the current contract, for example, we have this Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday and Monday here. You have now Monday. This is a new Monday. Sometimes we have volume here, huge volume here. Sometimes the volume starts here. Occasionally it starts Tuesday as well. Right? But this volume is not a volume. For example, if this volume is coming in the sales on the sales side, and this day breaks, or if it's coming the buy side, these days rallies, it's not. It doesn't have the significance, right, or the same importance than if that would happen, for example, 3 weeks before this contract expires, or 3 weeks into the new one has come to play. Like any kind of movement that this market has, it doesn't matter really which contract is, right? Which time, what year is it always. For example, if this period if this time is coming to visit this 50, or it is rejecting the 7,000, or it breaks the 7,000 and falls, this break, this rejection, or whatever happens, I am not going to consider a real action until the period that is coming, or the contract that is coming to replace the old one, actually is full, it's in full display. Okay? What 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 do that means is, what does that mean is, next week, right, starting next Monday, is when I started to check if this level is really something out there. If there's something in the 720, or there is something on the 50, or the 100, or whatever. All right. My job as a trader now is to check, right, to be here in the market and be observant what is happening now, if there is something around the 6,900, how much volume. If you don't have you don't have this kind of charts when you can see profile, there is another software that has this candle volumes. I think it's very nice. I can see, for example, in this chart, this volume bar volumes that we can see here. This one has volume. This one has volume. Maybe the test can happen. Test can happen when this area is revisited. It is for rejection or acceptance, because most of the volume that we have had today happened during these two periods. I don't need to know the distribution of that period, like in like I see here, for example, right? I see here. I see accumulation over here. A big accumulation that's happening in this area as well, right? There's something probably going on here. I don't know. My job is to see, right, to observe what areas the market starts to have acceptance, market starts to have rejection. But in my opinion, and this is just personal, these are non-actionable events, right? In any case, these are events that are not worth to trade, because the odds are, and I think the odds are not on the side of the trader. The job of the market is to look for a place in which two-way trade can take place. And that happens through price discovery. We don't have that now. There's a distortion here that is happening. And that distortion is the rollover period. It is really, if in days in which I am trading, quote unquote trading, it's hard to stand still when you notice the market is not giving you opportunities. In this period of time, it's even harder. It can be harder for many traders, because you specifically know, right? And this is my experience. Right? This is my point of view. This is how I approach the market. I have decided, before coming to my trading desk, yes, I have decided I'm not going to do nothing today. Not just that, I'm not going to do nothing this week. Right? And that's a decision that I have taken. Doing that, having that decision made, and coming here and sitting through the whole session, for many traders will be something really impossible to ask. Why you do that? You should be selling, you should be buying. But no, I shouldn't be doing nothing. If the market is giving me, the market has no obligation to give me anything. Look at here, for example. What do we have here in this area? This is the ES. What do we have here in this area? The same thing that we have here. A bunch of stops here. This high. What do you think this high is about? Or these ones have put their stops? Just a couple ticks above this high. Here. This is an inside bar. No? Normally, right? If I got normal circumstances, I got, okay, this is a breakout. This is my bad. This is an inside bar. The market is doing. The daily is starting to show change, right? We might see some continuation of this. If I would be looking if the market have acceptance below this range here, because the market has looked below every time, has looked below in the past. During this time, the market has come back and revisited the upper side. Is that going to happen again? Or this market is going to have acceptance here, and maybe it may form something like has done in the upper side now to the downside. Can that be the case? That is something I would have been watching now, right? It's going to have acceptance below this area. The 50 has been taken, for example, right? But look at what happened. Now there's a breakout to the upside, okay, so this market is coming up here. But look at what it does. Cancel over, right? That's rejected. Now we have another inside bar. This one is, the risk that this one has is higher. Because notice what happens here. Wide range here, very narrow range, right? Very narrow range. If there's a breakout here, if you are shorting this market, as soon as this market takes this high, that's an out. Now, the market can let you know quickly if you are wrong, if I am wrong, or if I am right. But instead, what the market do, what the market does here. Are you willing to do something here? No. I am observing. I have something that I am observing here. This is a big break here. This elongation starts to accumulate in low. Can it be short covering? Can it be long liquidation? Maybe. I notice, okay, what's happening here, right? There is something here. This is the high of this distribution. Today's high is right there, right? It's weakening this one. But what the market does is start to sell right away. The same formation, volume starts to accumulate. Now this low is weakening. We have this high weakening. Now this low is weakening. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lows around, the same area. So these are good odds that this market can come and check this. But I wouldn't be. Would it? The question is, what is the risk, right? Is there any opportunity? That's the most important question I have to answer. Is there any opportunity that I see here, or how big or low the risk is? Just and this time of the year, or this time of the quarter, or each quarter, it happens every quarter. And that's the thing, it happens every quarter. The mistake that many traders do is they try, right? They try, or they treat, right? They try to trade. They treat every day as it was just equal, right? As any other day. That's not the case. Every single day is different in this market. I haven't seen a day that repeats itself. Have comment like a couple weeks ago that there was a good trade, a good opportunity that the market gave us. an opportunity that I have seen replay after like 4 years, 3, 4 years, something like that. I haven't seen the market behaving in kind of like a particular way, a very specific way, in more than 3 years, 3, 4 years. And it didn't replay exactly. There's a lot of things that are played different. There's a lot of repetition, but with variation in this business. This is something I'm noticing, right, since last week. Big buying, big volume, blocks, right? How many trades are here? There are 3 trades actually, so this can be 200, 200, 200, right? But last week there were thousands, in the thousands that were coming to the upside, in the bid side, right? Okay, okay. Now, a continuous view of the market. What is a SPY? This is a continuous view, right? I got a SPY, or also QQQ can be for Nasdaq, all right? The trend is obviously to the upside. This was the weakest. This was the weakest index, but this change of contracts, right? From Z to H has taken this high. There wasn't a gap, there wasn't a market going higher, but it's just a change of contracts, right? That now has opened. My bad, my bad. I thought I thought I was doing checking Nasdaq. This is a SPY, right? A SPY has looked above, has taken previous month high, and this is curious, right? This is the second time this happened. It's kind of giving us a clue that what may happen. The market can actually make a new high. The index can make a new high here. The last time I saw something like that, I guess it was here in this area as well, in which a SPY was the first one that looked, I guess happened here, right? Was the first one that looked below before the index. It was weird. It was weird at the time. I don't remember exactly what it was, but that's something that I seen repeated. Here you can see better. You got this range. This is looking below, failure looking below, fire. Next time it takes the range out, okay, now I got you. Now I got you. And they start to sell. Instead of buying from here, they start, you can see, right? You can see they start to sell here. Maybe we may have something like this or something like this. No, man, I have no idea what can happen here. Let me update these blocks. Let me see if I can see blocks now. The new contract. Okay, here it is. Here is the new one. List chart settings window. I don't want to see what I want to see. I want to see date. I don't want to see date. Time, yes. Price, yes. Volume, yes. Number of trades. Number of trades. Bit size, I don't care. Dark side, I don't care. Let's apply this. Conditions, volume, I think this was 200. Highlight and alert. Price, no, volume. color row, yeah, condition more than 200 here. Combine filter 200. 200. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. All right, that's better. Okay. Things I cannot see. I cannot. This time, this TNS. Oh, this is Nasdaq. I don't want Nasdaq. Does it? Why? Why showing Nasdaq? I don't want Nasdaq. What is? Yes. HA go. Hey, this is better. This is better. Settings. $200 here. Volume, color row. I don't want to hear a sound. I just want to see color. 200 there, 200 here as well. Volume combine minus us. I don't care about that. Apply. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have something here coming. Bid ask. Settings, setting windows, bid. Time, price, price here, to the right, number trades, mouse to the right, bid, ask, volume, no, okay, I don't care about that also. Let's remove bid and ask, and this will show me, this will tell me what kind of trade and which side it was. Okay. I don't want to let go this chart here yet, because these areas are kind of act as a magnet. If there is something heavy here, and why I say that there can be something to the downside here. Oh, what was that? Let me bring back this chart here, right? Down below in these areas here, in this area, when the market rally here, right? When you have this rally from these lows to this area that we have now, we have these accumulations of volume that happen in somewhere in here. Right? I don't know exactly where it was, but there is still inventory here. There's still inventory in that part of the charts that will or can still attract can attract the market back and forth, especially because this market has a start here, right? Overall, you see, overall, the inventory is still to the long side. Come on, not again. Overall inventory is to the long side here. December is going to close. If it closes up here, we're going to close long. But notice how many times this area, this base has been taken, right? Right away, as soon as the market opens, as soon as a new contract, boom, there's an attempt to sell. That means rejected. The second time happens, mechanical buy again, another deep impact, again, Again, notice how many times this was bought from the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. Another rally. Another time comes right to that. I staking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Again, it's holding. The market is holding. So this area, what that is? So this is 6750, right? Is it 6750? Yeah, 6758, 6760, right? That's the area. But that is for December contract, right? The more this week gets closer to Friday, the less likely this is going to attract the market, because more and more volume will be dealt with, and new positions are being established in March contract, but leaving basically December to settle. And that settle happens, with dealers, with market makers, with big participants, right, that have interest in this market. Traders don't care about that, right? Haven't met another trader that has executed a contract. You have a contract that's going to expire today, you better get rid of that, right? That's the mindset of every single trade. We are here, at least short-term traders, we are here to trade, not to execute nothing. If I want to be part of the S&P, what people do is just go ahead and buy the stock, right? Doesn't go, or don't use the ES for that. This is institutional. Right? This is institutional. When institutions are dominating, when institutions dominate, the higher the odds that we are not going to have, or we are not going to see opportunities, or clear opportunities in the market. They just don't care, right? Institutions don't care about 50, 100. Institutions don't care about this low. Institutions don't care about, well, okay, the 6900 is here, or blah, 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 blah. Right? They have a mission, right? I need to buy 3,000 contracts of this, 10,000 contracts of that. I need to sell this, sell that, and they just go ahead and try to do their job. What they try to do is to find or to set the last price very, very, very close to the entry price. Right? Those spreads have to be tight. That's the mission. All right. These charts, man. It's just too risky for the market. I feel like the market is just hanging from a thread here. When you see these charts, right, you start to see, for example, that as long as crude keeps going lower, it's okay for inflation. This one, notice what it is. There can be a huge breakout here, maybe towards the 50. This is going to be non-inflationary. It's going to help to control the inflation. But just imagine what's happening now. The inflation is really high, and having this kind of action favors that. Just imagine what can happen if this one starts to go higher. I guess what's happening in Venezuela, or with Venezuela, has something to do with this as well. Low dollar. This also, gosh, this is starting. This is very risky as well. Well, a trend to the upside, or a change, could be playing out here, right? Don't know, but this doesn't favor the big tech for some, because it makes expensive dollars not good. There's a lot of capital that's coming into gold. I guess everybody's watching the 5,000 here. It's not that far, really. It's achievable. No, it was getting too far. Right? It was getting too far from 50s. Some rebalancing happened here. We might see something here as well. Maybe some kind of movement like that, with the 50 getting away from the 100. This is the next thing that is worrying me. We have support resistance now around that area. You can see it here as well, right? This the one see this happening, and same thing here, right? Because if this keep going lower, what might happen with interest rates is it can go higher, and that's not going to be any good. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong here. I'm not going to try to upfront anything, right? And say the market is going to break, the market is going to crash, there is going to be a flush. I'm not going to do nothing like that. I'm just acknowledging what is happening with the stock market, right? Which specifically have an impact on ES, which can have an impact on NASDAQ. And based on that, I'm going to do my trades. And that is just a part of the broader picture. Because what I do is in the shortest time frame. If I want to do something, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all that information and then I'm going to start zooming in, all the way down to the 30 minutes charts, which is what I have here in front of me. It's basically trading what is going on here in these markets for a long time. If something goes against you, it'll take you a while. Just be careful not falling in love with your trades, man. That can be very costly. Okay, there's more accumulation that is happening here right now. Can you see this? At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 periods in Nasdaq. Same thing is happening in the ES here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, there is something to the downside. If these lows are taken, the market can target these lows, right? And if this one is triggered, this one is triggered, this one is triggered as well, right? It can make a new lows down here. So why do something here? I can grab a coin, right? And flip a coin. If it lands tails, I'm going to sell. If it lands heads, I'm going to buy. It's not better than that. Not better than that. A lonely. Oh boy, look at what happened. What happened here? What happened here? This is the ES. This is lonely. This is a beat. This is to the upside. The negatives are to the upside. Happened when the market was doing a breakout. When the market was having, when this market was having a breakout here to the upside, right? We call this FOMO, probably FOMO. It turned out to be true because they were just crash, man, crash here. There was a pump here that we have seen in December. There was absolutely nothing here. There was whites. There was whites all the way up here, all the way up, and two levels, you know, two levels. I didn't pay attention what price was, but there are two levels in which volume was really high, really high. You can see the difference. It was something like this, right? Nothing, and then woof, and then nothing, woof, something like that, right? Those kind of advances. When the market falls, this just can be very dangerous. And going into the session, also, I knew that I'm not going to do anything. I knew I wasn't going to do anything here. Let me remove these studies. I built a study here, institutional momentum. This is not going to be useful this week. I'm just going to remove it. Action, exhaustion, context also is not going to do anything here. The last time I saw something was in the old contract. Let me bring that again. Let me show you what it was. It was up here. When the market was going high, there was a lot of volume here that was holding this market up here. Up here. A lot of institutional that was coming and just buying up here. Right? If this was a regular, if the rollover were not here, would have not been here, this is a level that I will watch very carefully, right? Because once the market comes back up to here, it can, ravage through that. But this time of the month or the quarter, the more it gets closer to Friday, the less volume it's going to have. The best volume is going to have. So by the time it gets here, the chances that has the volume behind are very low. It doesn't have. So I have to now see the next one. I have to see March. What's happening with March? Okay, what's happening with March? All right. What's happening to March? All right, I see. Okay, there's some volume accumulating here. The selling coming here, and then they are trying to sell the market, 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 trying to sell the market. Maybe this is some inventory that's getting short. But remember, the dealer activities now is very high this week. So I'm not going to, if the market has a predominant participation on this kind of participants, they are not going to act or expect something to happen right away. The positioning can be there, and it has, right? It has 3 months to develop, right? The market, if they're positioning here to the downside or to the upside, as we have seen in these charts, right? Remember, the charts are something like this, right? The positioning so up here, and the market is going lower. We are now here, right? this kind of positioning, the market can go long ways down, right? And they are going to stay here. You can just do that. It's just different kind of participants that are in this session. And I don't know who they are. I don't know what their goals are. I don't know if this is hedging. I don't know if this is positioning. I have no idea, man. You know. So the less I know about the market, the lower the odds that if I do anything, is going to be successful. Because what happened at Bitcoin. Let's make this charts. All right, look at this. This is nice, actually. Gosh, I don't do Bitcoin. I have no plans to do nothing with Bitcoin. Look at the volume we have here. Look at the volume we have here in Bitcoin. What year is this? This is 19, 20, and there's some explosion during 21 here. And what happened 23, 24, 25? Really high volume, huh? Now we can do something about this. You know, if there's something, some move to the downside, it has enough participation, right? To do something here. Coming back to 10,000, that's not crazy to me on that market. If things start to go south in the market, this kind of stocks of commodities. This I don't know what is this to begin with. It's not a commodity. It's not a stock. I don't know what it is. I have no intentions to do anything here. Not this whole here, right? There's tremendous accumulation of volume during 1, 2, 3 years, right? Steady, start to increase. It's getting away from 200, and these moving averages, can do this. Now we may have a downside trend. Maybe targeting this area first, then this accumulation. There's another reference here, and below this there's nothing here. At one moment in time, I thought that the fair price for this stock this thing was 15, 17,000. We are far away from that value. The whole thing behind owning this kind of owning Bitcoin is decentralization, right? But if you can see that one company is owning like 40% of Bitcoin, what kind of crap is that, right? I think this is just my opinion, right? Very low VIX. And The max are the ones that were. These charts are for only 7 stocks. Gosh, look at this. Man, this is so dangerous here. This is so dangerous here. This tremendous firecracker effect potential down here, right? But the fact that it's there, it doesn't mean I'm going to, I'm going to say, oh, okay, this market is going to break here. It's going to come all the way down to here. No, man, that's just an assessment that has nothing to do. The thing is, many times we believe, we see that the fact that we can see some or certain conditions the market is going to or has to trigger a reaction of the market, and it's just not like that. Check what is happening in the daily here. What I got here in the lower side is what I have here in the upper side. And when market has this kind of trends in the bigger time frames, usually this kind of weakness in the upper side have a tendency to be repaired first, right? Look, notice how, oh boy, the same thing happened here, right? It gets away from the 15, but in kind of like a steady way, right? It's not that far really. There's a difference. It's pulled back, kind of too close. A lot of volatility here is happening now. Yeah? It's bought from the 100, bought from the 50. Maybe now it's going to start to trade something like this, right? Create some space from the 50. If this one gets too close to the 100, we may see a lot of chop in this area, right? Trying with attempts to take back the 50, attempts to take the 100 and aim to the 200. But as long as we don't have any kind of cross here, a clear definition, this is still a market to the upside. This is the put call ratio. Heavy hedging happened here. Yeah. Oh, QQQ. Let's have what's happening with QQQ here. This is only one range, man. One range here after all this movement. Okay, there's one more here. One range, breakout, rally. Kind of go back and forth. Clear range. That's the only one that's clear here. There's another one here in May as well. Seems like the rally is getting old here. They might need this market might be due for a correction here. Crude oil. Can't believe how it went down to $6. It went down to negative. Remember those days? Okay, there's this range here. This is clearly a range here in the weekly time frame. Let's do a weekly. Create. And why I want to do that? Because I want to highlight something that I've just saw here. can do it here or maybe here. And if I move this lower, come on, man, look at that. Look at what we have here. This is a range here, right? Selling from the higher range, buying from the higher range. And there's actually a lot of accumulations happening here. High volume, high volume. This is what is happening. Look at, and this is, man, this is not good, man. I don't do, but check the volume that we have included, volume that comes here. How different this has been since 2019. And it's going lower here. This is monthly, right? Look at past month. This is not good, man. Actually, it's not good for the economy. Oh, look at this, man. Look at this. Gosh. You won't believe what I did here. I don't have gold anymore. I was forced to sell, man. I needed the money. Okay, it is what it is. No, this high is being corrected here. I can, I can ignore the potential of short covering here. But patience is key. When you try to upfront any movement, it's better to be a little bit late than too early, man. Much riskier, to try to upfront. That's the last thing I want to do. I'll give me a second. I'll be back in a moment. We're getting closer now to close to the end of the day. Okay, let's roll over this symbol as well. I'm going to roll over all the symbols now. March. Okay, I need to check. How many ticks. 1 tick, 0.5, 25, now 12.5. Is for the bolt. What tick is bolt? Okay. 5.5, 5. What I'm doing, I'm double checking. I'm double checking everything here. Because once I have this in place, very unlikely I'm going to move it. I want to check it again. So I better be sure that everything is right here. This is not good. This should be 12.5. This should be 12.5. Wait a minute. I guess I know what's happened. 12.5. 2.5. Okay, that's good. Blocks. Okay, 2.5. 2.5 apply. Okay. Wait a minute, I remember how I already did this. What's happening here? I already did this. Why you have to do all over again? 0.25, tick size 0.50. Let's do this. This is too big. What? NQ? Yeah, NQ. Okay. NQ volume 0.50. 5. This is 2 ticks charts. That is what I'm doing here. 55. What the heck? I didn't mess with this. I didn't touch this thing. All right, apply all. Okay, let's save this chart. Save as 1215. Save chart book. Yeah. File. Let's save a copy. And all right. Okay. Now, where's H6 here? Daily blocks always press button. Come on, man, where are you now? Oh, I detached that. Okay, this is the one that I detached. Okay, this is the one I detached. All right. Now you, since I have it here, you are going to be C25. All right. Oh, once you get rid of the symbol, you cannot look at the back. Ah, come on. Close chat book, no. Open chat book 15. Oh boy, I should have closed that stuff. Alright, never mind. These two charts are the same now. I don't need you here. I don't need that. Alright. All of the references that I have here, these are hardbacks, these are accumulations of volume, belong to previous contract. And notice where the all-time high is here, for example, right? Listen, no, this non-excess all-time high is from December, right? The current contract has, actually, I guess I can use this one now. I can use this. This is very valid because it happens to be, this happens to be the first day in which this contract has volume. No, my bad. This is the previous day. But it still has something. Do you how much volume that day has? That was Friday. It had 834. Right? 800. Okay, let's put 830. Where are you? You, right? Let's put it up here. Right up there. This one. This Thursday is also, it's not that much, but it's not, it is 600. It's not that bad, really. It's not that much, but it's not bad. It is worth to remember. It is 606, my bad, 630. Okay. Quite a bit as well. Okay. Even though, now as you can see here, just imagine this. Just take a look how much volume was captured by Sierra, but the volume reported, right? Because all this transaction has to be reported. This is catched in real time, and this volume is reported. This happens in private exchanges, dark pools, or whatever, right? This amount of volume coming, I don't know if there's a dominance on the sell side or short side. Nobody knows that. Right? Just imagine what could had happened if that, if this 700,000 volume would have come in here, right? Have been traded in the open. Just imagine that. Think about that for a moment. All of these references here, this one, but this one in particular, notice where there are, where the market is now. But this don't belong, right? This one belongs to December. Current contract is trading above this one. This part of the charts are not worth to keep. Right? I can keep these references maybe. But the weakness that I have from this area, for example, for this level, this is not gonna, it's not going to have any kind of relevance when the market trades through this area, right? For this to grab, to get some references, if I want to do something in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ones I have on my daily charts, right? Here, for example, what can be, maybe the 50 is the only one that's visible, and maybe the 100 at 68 something. This is the adjusted 67, yeah, 67.84 would be the 100. No, the 50. Okay, this is the 50. This is the 50 for December. There's a lot of this kind of contradicting information. But 68 now is up here. 60, I think it's 68.88. Well, let's do it 82 for now. Let me check. I need to check how much it is. $68.88. Yeah, that's $68.88. That seems. Oh, what the heck? Come on, man, really? Okay, it's way up here. Notice where it's being sold, where this market is being sold from. This is right from the 50. Okay, this is very mechanical trade. This rally high also is the 6900 up here, the 50 down here. We don't have excess. We have the 100 down here. This is this one here, 67.84. Okay. Oh, look at that! Look at where you have the gap here, and this is the gap. Yeah, okay, huh? Very interesting here. 67.84 is down here. It has nothing to do with the current contract, but this is an area that can see some action, right? Man, I don't know what the heck is a 6804. $6,900 being sold from that area. The 50 movement has been sold from that area. What the heck is this high? Why I put that? Why I put this here? No idea. This reference, this mark is coming, I believe, from the old chart. Oh, okay, that was I think that was a distribution close, something like that. Look at what this distribution close is now. The reference that I have here from the previous contract, I am still, as I say, I want to keep it. The chart look a mess. It looks like a big mess here, but I'm going to keep it until Friday. Especially this one here. I know this one here. This is new one, and this is new one as well. This market can do a lot of damage to the downside, and also it can rally. It can rally from here as well. This was now that I'm seeing the market. This market is inside. Didn't take the low. It's actually something good to the upside. Was something good to the upside. Look at that. Look at this low. Selling or buying from one tick, man, one tick from this low here, and the trade is actually this one, but it doesn't take the low. It doesn't take the low by 2 ticks. And this is kind of like, this is a trade that this is a setup I have, right? It can trade 2 ticks below this, right? 2 ticks below this reference here, right? Or maybe below this one. This one cannot be here, right? 2 ticks below this, and then come back into this range, and from there you have something. You have a nice area, a clear area that is going to that the market is going to have to tell me, to let me know, you know what? Get the heck out of here. This is not your day, right? Very, very visible, right? A nice way to assess the risk. If I had something to the upside, this kind of lows is telling me, you know what? You better, if you have something, better take your profits and get the heck away from here. This highs, well, remember this area, there was a lot of stop seals. We traded above. The same thing that we have in the lower side, we now have the same thing in the upper side. Right? We have the same thing that we have here. There's plenty of reasons. The market is just letting you know, right? Watch out, watch out, watch out. If you don't do anything here, so shame on you. Value is lower. No, value is lower, as you can see. Right? Not lower, overlapping lower. This area here is inside this area here. So the market is to the downside. Though this is a trade that is against what the market is doing now. Most likely this one is the better one. No, this is something. I'm looking for a trade now. This is the best one. This is the best one. But it is going against the market, right? The market is doing one thing and me doing the opposite thing. That is this kind of trade, right? So when I have those kind of situations, when I'm involved in those kind of situations, whatever I'm doing, it better work fast, right? If it doesn't work fast, get out. I have to be in green really fast. Right? The trade has to start to work really fast. I didn't. It's something some kind of setups, quote unquote setups that one has, but it all depends on context, right? It all depends on context. The situation in which we are now this week is unique for the quarter, right? In this period of 3 months, this is a situation that's very unique to that 3 months, right? It kind of, or we have these situations like 3 or 4 times a year, not a week, not per month, it's per year. Notice this thing, right? We have talked about this thing, these lows, potentially doing something here. The value is lower, it's overlapping lower, so that actually is a better trade. And notice what's happening here. Volume accumulates here. Yeah. If these sellers, right, that come here, they are trying to take the market, trying to get towards this area here, right? And notice how wide this market is now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 periods trading. Very wide area here, and probably it's as wide as it gets, right? Probably M also is going to be around this area, in this same area, which will make this area of the profile even wider, right? So the chances that we got something out of this are low, right? The wider it is, the lower the odds that we have here. The bigger the odds, the market is going to keep doing that. Doesn't have to happen that way, but odds wise, that's what I see. I'm going to give it market time. I have to be willing to give the market plenty of time to accommodate itself. Right? In this case, I believe it needs at least 1 week. Very hard. Very hard job. Trading is. I'm just sitting here, man. Come on, man. You are not trading. You are not a trader if you are not selling or buying. That's a misconception. Sorry about that. That was not real. That was another kind of trading. There is nothing in this market, man. Let me see. Nah, you're just going to keep. I was trying to lower the blocks that I have here. I will just keep. No, nothing is showing here. Mhm. This area here. I have Nasdaq here, Nasdaq down here. ES here as well, and with the particularity that the volume is actually accumulated to the downside. If these guys, if these shorts don't have anything here, it can be something to the downside, but if they do, it can gain momentum enough to take this one, this lows out, right? Because there's enough volume here to keep going lower. Yeah. If I don't see quick downside through this one, this reference here, I got to be very careful there. Look at what happened to POC. POC attempted to move lower and it has moved back to where it was, right? So this is fair price at which business is being conducted. Right? The further we move away from this price or line or reference, the more likely it's going to come back up to that reference. There was another attempt here, but it tries, it takes this low for just a couple ticks, not a couple ticks here, couple ticks up here, couple ticks down here, couple ticks down here, couple ticks down. It's just there's nothing here, man. Nothing here. I used to do, used to try to get something out of these kind of environments before. It's just not worth. It is just not worth. What I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight this low here. Highlight this one as well. this 3 here. Because this is something like yeah. These 3 lows here are in here. I think that's better. And also highlight this low that is very close to this one. It's another attempt. The market is another attempting to get something here to the downside. How much volume do you have? I haven't even checked the volume here. I don't know why my volume is not working here. Oh, maybe because it doesn't have anything to compare. Maybe tomorrow we'll start. I'm gonna start seeing something here. Yeah, the volume is here. The volume buzz is here. What about you? Are you here? Yeah, both are here. It doesn't have nothing to compare with. I think that's why. Okay. This reference is just taking too much time, man. It's too much time. When something takes too much time, is the market is in fact rejecting that. Okay. All right, we have some bites here. Let me see something. If I see something here, I better see some volume coming here. If this is only whites that start to print here, it can move fast. It can't really move fast to the downside. A more confident move will be volume joining here. Check this out. Volume together. We will put this together. This is one, and this will be doing something like that, right? So there's some accumulation here on the lower side. And way up here, I have this one here. This overnight doesn't come. It's too thin. Oh boy. Nasdaq. I mean, everything is in here. But what happens if the market does not do this? this ES also has the same, is experiencing the same situation as Nasdaq, maybe with more potential. Now the question is, what happened? What you're expecting? Or what everybody expects doesn't happen. Very messy charts here. Maybe I can start grabbing this once and give it, and start to reaccommodate. These are hardbacks from, is this hardback here? It seems so. Eventually I'm going to clean all those things. 10 minutes before the close. Very wide POC. Very wide POC. Look at what happened if I join these 2 days. Tremendous amount of volume, or lack of volume on the upper side, and down here. Alright guys, I need to make a call here. I'm gonna leave a chat probably. I'm gonna say goodbye. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Alright, stay safe. See you.